Hello everybody, my name is Lakin. Welcome to what I think is going to be a brand new series. I think at least once a week, probably on Thursdays, I'm going to make a nice little video essay regarding some game. We're keeping on theme here. So if you enjoyed this video and what's about to happen, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, comment down below, all that good stuff. Let's jump right into it. Today we're going to talk about Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Specifically, we're going to highlight the absolute masterpiece game elements and just everything that comes together to make this game so great, and the reasons why it stands out over the rest of FromSoft's catalog. Now, I've played decent chunks out of basically every FromSoft game except for the original Dark Souls 2, and actually, believe it or not, I haven't played Bloodborne yet. But none of those games, even Elden Ring in my time playing it, had the impact on me that Sekiro has in such a short amount of time. Originally, when I played this game for the first time, which was a long ass time ago, I got stuck on the chained ogre fight. I must have been 12, 13 maybe when this game came out. Long story short, I wasn't nearly as good at video games as I was now, but even coming back to the game, the chained ogre whooped my ass quite a few times. I still think it's a bullshit boss. I digress. The short of it is that when I saw Sekiro 1 Game of the Year, I was like, yeah, fucking right. That's bullshit. I mean, who the hell... Like, I get that people like the game, but Game of the Year? Okay. Sure, buddy. Sure. But then I played it for myself. I'm like, fuck, this might not even be Game of the Year. I think this is Game of the Decade. There is peakness being experienced here that I cannot quite put into words properly. Everything about this game is just so unbelievably crisp. It's like God himself blessed the production. So let me tell you why. Because you're listening to this, you're not quite sold. You want to hear the why, obviously. We're going to review this exactly like I would do a Trash Games Tuesday episode. We're going to start with the music. Of course, the music, the sound design, everything here is amazing. It tickles your ears brilliantly. The boss fight tracks, excellent. The menu track, excellent. The tracks in every place, they make you feel exactly how I would imagine you're supposed to feel at that moment. Fear, suspense, all of it. The story here, you do kind of have to read between the lines or go into kind of lore entries, but it's nothing you wouldn't expect from FromSoft. Anyway, the story here is enough to keep you satisfied and enough to kind of tug at your heartstrings at certain moments, or rather just make you feel the epicness of it all. But of course, the highlight of any FromSoft game is the gameplay, the combat, the traversal, all of it. Everything here in Sekiro is unbelievably on point. From the way the combat works, to the way you explore the world, to the level design, it all comes together and it works beautifully, beautifully. The combat being an absolute highlight of this, and the thing that makes this game so great. The combat in Sekiro is 100% what breaks it apart from the rest, and that's because as opposed to your Dark Souls, Demon Souls, Elden Ring, rolling around, this game puts a hard focus on parrying. You're not going to be rolling around in Sekiro. You're hardly going to be rolling at all. You're probably never going to use a roll to dodge an attack unless if you're fighting Chained Ogre. Other than that, this is pure balls to the wall, unfiltered adrenaline. You and your enemy are staying on top of each other. The outcome of the battle comes to a very, very slim margin depending on your skill. Entirely your skill. There's no luck involved here. It's either you're good enough to do it or you can't. There's no bullshit way out. There's no mimic tears. It is you versus the opponent in front of you. The one who's more skillful will survive. As Ishin said, hesitation is defeat. And you can use this quote to guide you all the way through the game. Ultimately, the key to winning most of the bosses lies in that quote. If you hesitate, you'll lose. You have to stay on top of them, deal as much damage as possible, and be ready to counterattack at a second's notice. And that's why when you fight all of these bosses, it doesn't feel like you've ever taken some bullshit way out or you've cheesed it. You always kind of get the impression that, wow, I won because I am more skillful. I prevailed because of my skill. And this feeling of cutting edge sword play and just overcoming your opponent on a purely skill basis is what makes Sekiro so great. The battles are satisfying. You never finish a battle and you go, fuck, I really hope I don't have to do that again. When I killed Genichiro, I was like, shit, I want to fight him again.
Oh my god. Oh, dude, to be fair, that did not take me that long, but that is such a fucking exhilarating fight. Holy shit.
Because you're just having so much fun doing it. Just the parrying, it's really unbelievably satisfying. Of course, you pair this with all the prosthetic tools, which are fun to use in combat. You've got a shuriken, a spear, a little sword that poisons people, a fan, an umbrella, a vent that shoots flame. What else could you hope for? And don't get the wrong idea, there are things you can use to cheese combat, but they're never things that don't feel like they were intended. One thing I would advise if you're playing through Sekiro, keep in mind that you're supposed to be a ninja, a shinobi, not a samurai. This is not Ghost of Tsushima. You do not need to remain honorable, nor do you have any obligation to do so. If you're intending on making your way through this game with any efficiency at all, I would recommend using backstabs and sneaking around to your advantage. Of course, there are always going to be those bosses that you're forced to take head on. Ishin, Genichiro, Guardian Ape, Yobu. These ones there are no cheap tricks on. So use your cheap tricks while you got them. That's what they're there for. The moral of the story is I do wholeheartedly believe that Sekiro's masterful combat, all of these skills coming together, the perfect parrying, the posture system, all of this stuff is 100%, without a doubt, the thing that sets Sekiro so far above all of the other FromSoft entries. And I'm not even done the game yet, but I can safely say 1,000,000% that this is within my top 5. For me, it's going right up there with the greats. Hollow Knight, Sekiro somewhere in there. I don't exactly know what else is in my top 5. Have to come back to that at some point. Anyway, I just want to make this brief video to talk about how much I've been enjoying Sekiro and to just kind of highlight some of the great parts of the game. I know I'm really late to the party, but I think the effort that has gone in on FromSoft's part deserves to be highlighted. This game deserves all the awards it gets, and honestly, FromSoft are truly doing God's work. Some of the only genuine, kind of unfiltered, good game developers out there in the wild. In an industry where everything else is falling to the power of shareholders and or Sweet Baby Inc., FromSoft remains strong. They keep putting out bangers, and I know they will in the future because Miyazaki, from what I've seen of some of his quotes, absolute GOAT. But that's going to be it for this video, so if you enjoyed, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, comment down below, all that good stuff, and I'll see you all in the next one. Ciao.